Oi, you know what time it is? You're tuned in listening to Dry That Aussie Metal Guy. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss any of his content when it drops. And remember, stay brutal, you mad dogs. Roof!
G'day, hey, how you all going? It's Dry That Aussie Metal Guy here with Crank.com. So tonight, wherever you are in the world, it's a great pleasure that I'm getting to have a chat with Petri Lindroos, guitarist and vocalist of the legendary Finnish metal band Ensiferum, who are due to release their latest album, Winter Storms, 18th of October through Metal Blade Records. Thank you so very much for joining me, my friend.
Pleasure to be here. Sure.
Absolute pleasure, mate. Also, I see, congratulations, you're almost 30 years, man. How does it feel to look back and go, I'm nearly at 30 years? So 2025 will be 30 years, I believe.
Yeah, it feels quite unbelievable to have this long career with the band. Yeah, I joined the band in 2004, so I've been now like, what, 20 years?
20 years,
in
dude.
it, but
that's a long time.
Yeah, but still, yeah, it's a long time. So far, so good.
And that's it. And you're still continuing to grow. This album, Winter Storms, can you tell me first off a little bit about the themes, influences, and kind of inspiration behind this album?
Well, the music is done by our beloved guitar player, Markus Toivonen. He's behind the whole thing. And for the lyrical theme, we got kind of like a piece of a fantasy storybook what our bass player Sami is writing currently. So like the whole story is like this much, and we took this big part for this album for the lyrical theme.
Yeah, nice. So can you tell me a little bit about kind of how I think it was largely kind of you started writing during that lockdown process. Can you tell me a little bit about kind of that songwriting in this time and then kind of coming out of that?
Yeah, well, it all started in 2020 when world got locked down, and that was a fairly strange time period for everybody, I guess. But and we just finished the Thalassic album recordings, so we were just waiting for that one to come out on July, and we didn't want to sit on that one, so we just let it go out. Thought like people are stuck at home, so they could appreciate some new music at that point. And I think it was somewhere in 2021 when we started to check out the new stuff, what Markus had. I did a little bit. And then like around 2022, he had this grand vision that it would be one epic song thing, just like about 1 hour of nonstop music. We tried it. We couldn't make it work at that kind of way. So then we started to figure out what parts would fit each other and how we could actually make a full album with a good flow in it and all that one. So it took a long time, but we're very satisfied for the result.
Yeah, it's an absolutely amazing album. I love that intro. It still kind of has that feel that he was going for. I think I read somewhere I was saying Sammy sees it kind of more as more like a musical than kind of the traditional albums you guys bring out. But that being said, kind of what challenges and then opportunities did this create to kind of, as you mentioned, the hour-long track wasn't going to work, but what other challenges and opportunities did this create for you guys to kind of just expand yourselves as a band? Because this,
Absolutely. If somebody has an idea, we usually try it out. And we did try that long thing. Give it a shot for a month or two, and then thought like, I think this is just too big chunk to chew in a way. So then we just had to go back to the so-called normal way, just chop them up, put them into songs, individual song tracks, and that way.
Exactly, and it'd be hell trying to go out and go, okay, then here's our song, and like an hour long for it.
Yeah, exactly.
You'd all be like looking at him going, fuck you, bro.
Exactly.
Pekka's Vocals are definitely like a great addition. You've heard that on the Thalassic album, but you know, he's definitely a lot more highlighted, I feel, and it feels like he's a real significant addition to the sound of you guys going forward. How do you feel his role has evolved and grown since that album?
Uh, Quite a lot, I would say. Thalassic, the songs were a lot shorter. They were more straight to the point and a little bit more, I don't know, power metal-ish. The parts where Pekka is singing, so he could do that, the high stuff, what he can pull out really easily. But on this Winterstorm album, this is like a way more serious album in a way. It doesn't have that much of the power metal style in it, so that kind of vocals did not quite fit. We tried all kind of different stuff what he's able to do, and ended up with these solutions, and I think they serve the purpose really well.
Is that must be exciting for you guys though, to kind of to have Pekka on board and be able to kind of have that extra versatility as well, because he is a really kind of, I feel like he's kind of, just hitting his straps as well and kind of seeing where he can grow as a vocalist.
Yeah, and he's really like analytic guy as well. So he can, for like one part, I think he had like 10 different vocal styles what he was showing off, and we're like, okay, do we need to just like, flip a coin what we're gonna pick? But yeah, he can definitely deliver what's necessary and needed. Yeah.
Yeah, most definitely. And speaking of voices, you got Madeline off Alen on there as well for the track "Scars in My Heart," which is an amazing composition there. Tell me about how you got her, because I've been a better fan of that band as well, dude. They're absolutely unreal.
Yeah, that was one of the first songs that were actually ready for the album. And since it is this very slow ballad style, we had a lot of troubles and problems to figure out who is gonna sing that one. So first we of course gave Pekka the shot. It didn't quite sit well. And then we did the drastic thing and put my vocals on that one, and that definitely did not serve it. And then we were like, okay, I think this song requires a female vocals on it. And Elaine was on a European tour with us on the Pain tour last fall, about a year ago, and she has really nice voice and really good singer as well. And then we just pulled her over with the serious face, like, we need to talk. So we took her to the other room at the backstage and sat her down over there. And she was like, what the fuck did I do? So we fooled her a little bit. And then we just asked, like, would you like to be singing one song on the album? And it would be a little bit slower ballad type of thing. So and she was very excited from the get-go, and did very well at that too.
Yeah, it came out really, really bloody well, and the fans are going to love that one as well. So, that being said, can you tell me about the first couple of singles, Winter Storm Vigilantes, which was the first one, and then Long Cold Winter of Sorrow and Strife, which is the most recent one?
Well, these are I would say the two songs that are giving out the really good first impressions of what this album is going to be. And then there's a lot more for the fans to digest when the album is finally out in a couple of weeks. So I don't know. This just felt like the best songs for putting out the first.
Yeah, they're absolutely unreal. How do you guys go about setting your vocal compositions? Tell me about that briefly.
Well, those are kind of the easiest part for us to figure out. Yep. When Marcos is writing the melodies and the riffs and stuff, he already can hear the vocals, who is singing at what part. And so that's kind of the easiest part of Ensiferum's music, at least with this album. Yeah.
Yeah, and you guys are known for that real epic and melodic metal soundscapes. And that being said, how did you approach the recording process as well for this one?
Well, we followed the same path as on the previous albums, just using the usual order. First, you do the drums, and just start adding some guitars and bass on it, and keyboards and whatnot, and then vocals are the last one to fill it up.
And what was the production like? Who handled your production? Tell me a little bit about that side of things, because that's
We recorded this one again with Janne Joutsenniemi. He's been working with the Victory Songs album and was it From Afar album, and also Thalassic was his handwriting. So with this one, so he's a really good producer and recorder. He knows exactly how to get the best out of us in every single situation. Sometimes can be a little bit of pain in the ass, but when he just keeps on telling you that you can do better, I'm like, how? Just do it. Just like Nike ad, just do it. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's unreal. I've been listening to you guys for ages, and it's just you've always been able to bring out these really great albums, and it's just great to see the evolution of each album. But you've always had that great sound, but managed to push it a little bit more with each album. Kind of, how do you feel like Winter Storm sits in the evolution of things with you guys?
I think kind of naturally in a way. We did not push this album too much. We gave Markus all the time and space what he needed to figure it out, to get everything working. If he's not satisfied, nobody is satisfied. So time and space, that's what it requires to get it done. And then long days at the rehearsal place, doing a lot of demos, figuring every single part out, like how they fit together, how can we make it fit even better together, and all these ones. So it's a lot of work. He had a lot of sleepless nights with that one, but I think the end result is worth it, definitely.
Oh, it's definitely worth it, because like with you guys, and I know you can kind of these days people go, oh, I'll pull this single out of the album and I'll pull this one off the album and I'll listen to this. But the thing with you guys, if you listen to the whole album, you're thoroughly rewarded. Like, and that's something you guys have always maintained, like taking the listeners on a journey through the album as well, not just kind of like, yeah, you can take one song as you guys have done and what bands do, you take a couple of singles off, but you kind of are still maintaining that album songwriting process and thoughts, where some bands are going, oh, I'm just going to make an album of singles. You guys are like, you get what I mean?
Yeah. We're not there yet, just putting out singles in some kind of steady pace, every 2 months would pop up a new song or whatever. I think heavy metal is very much about the full album of music, not just popping out singles. Maybe in the future it's gonna go towards that one a lot more. Hard to say, but I think we're gonna stick with the album thing, because
metalheads still buy albums.
Because when you write all the songs together, you make kind of like a set of stuff, what you want to present, and not just hand them out. Plus, that would mean either way, you're going to record all the songs at once, but then just release them one by one over time. But we don't want to have the hassle of going to the studio, record one song, spend a week for that one, pay shit tons of money for it, and have that one repeatedly over the year all the time. That would be too much hassle. So 1 month, 1.5 months in the studio, it's all done.
Yeah, and the only one getting rich off of these single things is those streaming platforms that are fucking taking every dollar they can off of the bands these
that
days.
One too. Yeah.
I love buying albums, getting my vinyl. I did that through COVID, went and got a record player and started buying vinyl, because it locks you into that listening experience. You listen to one side, then the next side, and you kind of you maintain that journey with the band. So Pagan Fest 2025 recently announced. Which songs are you excited to play from the new album on there?
we're still on the process of picking the songs for it. So that's gonna be a tricky part. We have about like a 60-minute set on it, and now we got 9 albums out. So I think it could end up in a fist fight at the rehearsal place when we want to pick up the songs while we want to play on it, because we have too many options and too little time. So yeah, it's gonna be a tough one, but I would guess we will go pretty much with the single options what has been released now, and then check it out. Maybe 2 or 3 new songs can fit to the set.
Yeah, that's it. You can't play it all. It's not a bad place to be though, is it? Like trying to pick out songs from the tour. Everyone could have to be there for 3-4 hours, which some people like, but not you guys.
Yeah, with every new album, the problem increases.
Yeah. Have you got a track kind of? I know it's like picking a favorite child, and it changes from week to week. I know when I listen to albums, it changes. But this week, what would be your favorite track off the album and why?
Excellent question. I really dig the Victorious. Yeah, it has the speed and power on it. Good riffs, good boogie all night long. Little bit tricky and shitty to play, but we gotta practice that one out so we can nail it live then.
Yeah, awesome. It's a great closer to the album. Everybody can go out and grab that from Metal Blade Records, 18th of October. The vinyls absolutely look fucking sweet. I love the artwork, like all the artwork you guys have on all of your bloody albums, people. So go buy the albums and the vinyl. They look sweet, especially for people with glasses like us. Do you have any last words, shout outs or thank yous or anything else you'd like to add in there, my friend?
Nothing much. Just hope everybody enjoys the album, and we'll get to the Down Under soon enough again. It's been a while.
It has been a while. Everybody grab some Ensiferum, chuck it in the stereos, crank it up really bloody loud. The neighbours are going to want to hear it too. Cheers, mate.
Cheers.
Oi, you're tuned in to Jai That Aussie Metal Guy, so make sure to hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss any of his sick content. And remember, stay brutal, you legend.